Now, you've heard us say it before here on Home Day. Plants are the perfect way to add life to your space, but how do you style them if you don't have a green thumb or designer's eye? Well, Tamara Robbins-Griffith is going to show us how. Tamara, you're amazing with plants and florals and all that great stuff. So what should we keep in mind when using plants as decor?
Okay, well, it cannot be understated that plants and flowers really, bring life to a space and make a huge difference. Scroll through Instagram, your favorite designers, open a design magazine. The plants and flowers look great, and you're like, I know they look good, so what do? I'm going to give you some tips and tricks today. All these flowers, plants, vases, and pots are all from a beautiful shop called Flair with a U.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's talk about your first plant styling tip. What have you got for us?
Okay, so this is like Flowers 101, and you've heard me say it before on the show. Take a bunch of flowers, all one kind, something seasonal. We have gorgeous hellebores here, and put them in a cylinder vase. Now, this can go on a coffee table, on an entryway, on your sideboard. Like, scale them up, scale them down. They can go all over your house, but I'm going to give you a few tricks. So the first thing is, why I'm telling you cylinder vase, because it's easy to arrange in for beginners. Like, the shape of it is easy to manage. A super wide mouth vase, harder, and a narrow vase, harder. We're making this easy for you, okay? So hold the bunch of flowers near the edge of a countertop with your vase right there so that you know how much to cut off when you're placing them. You can always cut more. You can't glue the stems back on, so go a little at a time. And my last tip here is to place them at different heights. So once you've got your height established, cut a few, place them lower around the lip of the vase.
Oh, that's a good tip there at the end. Yeah, to cut a few like near the bottom of the vase. I like that. Okay, your next suggestion, super simple. What are we doing with your next one?
Okay, anyone can do this. I've got some sculptural bud vases. These are sand cast bronze bud vases. And the idea is we're bringing nature into the home, but sometimes less is more. So it doesn't have to be super complex. Now, these are very sculptural. I would put them on a mantle. I would put them on a shelf, because they're designed for dried flowers. And then, I have these little bud vases around my house too, and it's like a few pussy willows. Maybe it's a branch from a special hike or a special place, something meaningful.
That's so cute and so easy. I like that. So it actually comes that way, that you're just using like a couple of little buds and you're done.
Exactly.
So here's my other question for you. What if your space always ends up as a graveyard for greenery?
I love that. I know. So I have a solution for you. You might be scared of it. Dried flowers are back with a vengeance. I feel like it's some kind of vintage throwback for Gen Z, but there are ways that it can be handled expertly and still look modern. So this is a great example. This is a dried arrangement, and there's a few things I would keep in mind. So one is you can take the same approach as we did with the hellebores. You can use all one type of flower. We see a lot of dried pampas grass, so that's an easy one. And then put it in an opaque vase. And maybe choose a more contemporary vase to keep it fresh looking, something you can't see through. You don't want to see those stems. Keep in mind with dried flowers too, they don't like humidity. So don't put them in the bathroom. And also with fresh and dried flowers, they don't really want direct sunlight either. Direct sunlight will bleach your dried flowers, and for fresh flowers, it will shorten the lifespan. So plants like sunlight, flowers not so much.
See, when you see it looking like that, though, you can see it's so not 1987. You've made it very contemporary, very now, so really, really good there. Okay, incorporating plants into your shelf styling, super popular right now as well on Instagram and all over social media. So how do we do it correctly?
Okay, so location, location, location. It's really about the right plant in the right place. So I would say I'm very guilty of this as well, like the stylist designer eye of, oh, that would look nice over there, and then it doesn't go so well. So my advice would be, A, talk to an expert, someone who knows about plants, who can tell you where something would enjoy being in your home and the light conditions of that place. So for instance, this is called a shark fin snake plant. It is a really interesting and dramatic and unique shape, but more importantly, that's a very versatile plant. It's very hardy. It's not so picky. It can be in direct sunlight or low light. So this is the kind of thing you can put up on a shelf. Now, open shelves are better. You want like at least a little bit of light coming in there. And of course, if you have totally boxed in, built-in bookshelves, that's where you may want to do like a faux plant. That might work better for you.
Okay, good. That is a very interesting looking plant there. And lastly, you say we need to play up our plant pots. Have you got some examples for us?
Yes, so really think of your pots as an extension of the rest of your decor. I mean, there's so much fashion to choose from now as well, but I think it can really dramatically change the look of a plant in your room. And you should choose things that reflect the rest of your decor scheme. So we have some really interesting pots here. Hanging, not hanging. And then, of course, the terracotta I've brought is from Bird's Potter, which has a pretty strong cult following. And a few nice things about it, other than the fact that they look beautiful, develop a patina over time. You can size up your plant. So as your plant grows, you can get the same style pot in like bigger and bigger sizes. And then because it's porous and because, you know, it is breathable, the plants thrive. So that's a tip. If you don't have a lot of luck, try terracotta.
Great. Oh my gosh, and those are so beautiful. Tamara, thank you so much. That was great. What a great lesson there.